In this question, we have an outsourcing decision to make. Amplify Energy Bars manufactures chewy granola bars, and they do this in-house, but they're thinking about outsourcing production of these energy bars to another company called Wakery Bakery. To figure out what they should do, they need to figure out what the costs are going to be if they continue to manufacture internally and what the differential costs are going to be if they outsource. So, for manufacturing internally, to make the 1,900 batches they think they're going to need, they would have to pay $17,560 in materials, $2,800 in labor, $2,050 in variable overhead, $6,300 in fixed overhead. In total, it'd be $28,710 to manufacture these energy bars internally and produce 1,900 batches. If they outsource to Wakery Bakery, they're going to have to pay Wakery Bakery $14 per batch that the company makes for them. To get the batches from Wakery Bakery's facility to Amplify Energy's facility, they're going to have to pay $8 per batch transportation cost, and then they're going to have to pay to package. So Wakery Bakery is going to send the batches over in just unpackaged bars, and Amplify is going to have to pay to put them in wrappers, etc., at a cost of 60 cents per batch. In total, that's $15.60 per batch, and if it's 1,900 batches they need, 1,900 times $15.60 means that their cost is going to be $29,640 if they outsource to acquire these 1,900 batches. Well, let's determine some cost differentials here. So to determine our cost differential, let's take our two options: to manufacture internally or to outsource production. What costs are going to be different? In other words, what costs are avoidable? Well, if we manufacture internally, what costs are we going to have to incur that we wouldn't if we outsource? We're going to have to incur the $17,560 in materials, the $2,800 in labor, and the $2,050 in variable overhead to produce these bars. And these are all variable costs, so they should disappear if we don't have production of these bars anymore. But fixed costs can persist even though we stop production. So even though we're attributing $6,300 to the production of these Amplify Energy bars for fixed costs, not all of that's avoidable. What's avoidable? $2,500 is avoidable in fixed costs, which means when we're figuring out our differential, we don't care about the extra $3,800 because we're going to pay that regardless if we manufacture internally or outsource production. So our differential cost is $2,500, meaning that there's $24,910 in costs that we can completely get out of if we stop manufacturing internally. What costs will we be taking on though by outsourcing? Well, the purchase price from Wakery is $14 per batch. And if we take that batch input cost of $14 and multiply it by the number of batches we have to buy, which is 1,900, that's $26,600 we would have to pay to outsource. Transportation costs $1 per batch times 1,900 means we have to pay $1,900 in transportation costs to get the goods from Wakery Bakery's facility to our facility. And then lastly, the packaging costs. If we order 1,900 packages and we have to pay 60 cents a batch to package them, that's $1,140 we are going to pay in packaging costs. So in total, the costs that are unique to outsourcing to us is $29,640. What is our differential? Well, we're going to have $17,560 in materials if we manufacture internally, $2,800 for direct labor, $2,050 for variable overhead, and $2,500 for fixed costs. If we purchase from Wakery, it's $26,600 differential. For the purchase price, $1,900 for transportation costs, and $1,140 for packaging, for a difference of $4,730. So essentially what you're just doing is taking your manufacturer internally column and subtracting your outsourced production column from it. What does this all mean, these numbers? Well, it means we are going to incur $4,730 in extra costs if we outsource as opposed to manufacturing internally. So when management is sitting around trying to make a decision, should we outsource to Wakery Bakery? No, it's going to cost almost $5,000 more to outsource production. The more profitable thing for Amplify Energy to do is to continue to manufacture these bars internally. However, one thing that the last slide didn't take into consideration, this one does, is what could what could Amplify Energy do with this open capacity that they have, right? We were making energy bars, and if we outsource, we still have those machines, we have those people. They could do something else. They could make a new product which turns a profit. So let's run the same numbers through, but this time we can assume that we have a third option, that when we outsource, we can manufacture a new product, and we're going to expect that new product can earn us $2,600 in profit. Well, we're going to fill in our differential analysis the same way that we did before. Costs unique to manufacturing internally are the cost of direct materials, direct labor, variable overhead, and at $2,500 in avoidable fixed costs, for a total of $24,910. If we outsource and we leave the facilities idle, well, we have to pay the purchase cost from Wakery. We have to pay the transportation cost to get it from Wakery's facility to us. And we have to pay the cost to package it. We've already determined these on the last slide, which means that our total costs in here was the $29,640. Nothing's changed. Well, what are we going to have if we manufacture a new product? Well, we're going to have to pay those fixed costs again, right? Because now whatever fixed costs we could have got out of insurance, etc., we're using that facility again to make a new product, which means those fixed costs are going to go back into our cost calculations now that we're going to be incurring them, because we're not going to be avoiding them anymore. And we're going to have to pay all of the cost of Wakery to outsource. But we have something else coming in. That's the expected product and the amount of profit, or expected profit from the new product. I apologize. And that money coming in is going to offset all of these extra costs that we have to pay. So we're expecting the profit here to be $2,600. So let's subtract our cost by $2,600, because that's the offset that we get from this new profit. Well, that's going to total to be $29,540. What's that all mean? If we manufacture internally, our costs to acquire these energy bars, produce in our case, is going to be $24,910. If we outsource to Wakery Bakery and we leave these facilities idle, we're going to pay $29,640. And if we outsource to Wakery Bakery but use the new facility, so bring those fixed costs back into play and calculating the amount of profit we're expecting to receive, our total cost differential is going to be $29,540. So what's the best option? The best option is still to manufacture internally. Best of luck on your quiz, everybody.